we started off this year with a bang. Everybody's been talking about it. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shah. She was finally sentenced after months of this being pushed back, but she was sentenced to 6.5 years following her arrest for conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. She also agreed to forfeit the $6.5 million and pay restitution of up to $9.5 million. She was sentenced, like I said, to 6.5 years and 5 years of supervised release. This all happened on January 6th in New York City. At the hearing, the judge slammed Jen's actions after her attorney began listing the good things her client had recently done. The judge was having none of this. He said, what good things could she have been doing? Calling elderly people and selling them business opportunities, and they would max out their credit cards and get the person to put down an additional credit card and then upsell them for other products. If there's good in that, I want to hear it. He also noted that he did not take her role in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City into account when deciding her sentence. She has to report by February 17th. They're asking that she reports in a prison at Byron, Texas, because of its residential drug abuse program. So were you surprised that she only got 6.5 years?
So much going on in this case, yes. Christina. I was surprised. The judge literally split the baby. He picked the midpoint between the 3 years recommended by the defense and the 10 years recommended by the prosecution. So 6.5 years, 3.5 years between each recommendation. Frankly, I thought she was going to get more time because of her statements on Real Housewives. I know the judge didn't consider that. And the number of elderly people she ripped off. So this was a pretty good sentence, all things considered, because the government wanted a lot more time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, before she pled guilty, I think she was facing up to 30 years in prison. So yeah, this is definitely drastically lower. Is it surprising that they didn't take into the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City that into account?
Obviously, this is a unique case, and we know, even though it's unscripted, reality TV can be edited. I think the judge didn't want to create an unnecessary appellate issue. Let's say he said, listen, I took all this into consideration. Then the defense might be able to say, well, no, that's not what I said. You got to look at the raw footage and create just this whole other mess. He was already departing downward from the 10-year sentence recommended. So just to keep it clean, the judge said, I'm not considering any of her statements. But practically speaking, considering the new season was airing now where she's maintaining her innocence, it has to be something that the prosecution and the court at least had in the back of their mind.
Oh, definitely. And especially she was selling merchandise that said free Jen Shah. So yeah, there was a lot that she did to try to maintain her innocence up to this point. But what is this RDAP program, and does that significantly reduce a sentence? Because we've never heard about her having a drug problem in the past. So why would they bring this up?
Yeah, this is all new. The defense asking for this drug treatment program in federal prison. So it's a pretty long program. It takes about 9 to 12 months to complete. But if you do get some time taken off your sentence, up to 12 months. So it's something that actually has to happen at the end of your sentence before you re-enter the general population, come back and rejoin society. So we'll see if Jen actually participates in this program, but it'll probably be a few years down the road.
Sure. So can anybody participate in the program, or did you have to have like a prior drug addiction or something like that?
You have to have a demonstrable substance abuse problem. You can't just enter this type of program when you don't have a drug problem. Again, this is all new. I don't know if it's a tactic by the defense to get less time, or she really does have a drug problem. Maybe that's why she participated in this fraud. Who knows? It's not something that we've seen to date, but she does have this opportunity if she indeed has a drug problem and wants to come clean.
Yeah, interesting.
Become clean.
Yeah. So overall, how many years do you think that she really will serve?
I think she's probably going to serve somewhere between 5 and 5.5 years in prison. She'll be able to get off sometime for good behavior and maybe participate in this drug program, but it's not like she's going to serve half or less than half of her sentence. So I'd probably plan on not seeing Jen Shah for at least the next 5 seasons of Real Housewives.
For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.